All right, Coach. First opened back in 2008. There's a look at Lucas Oil Stadium here in downtown Indy. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Indianapolis Colts. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Cut. Hey, we got Mike 50, huh?
From the gun, here's Brissett. Trying to get it to Ebron, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward, since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
On first down, Vance. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
59 mark. Check, Delta. 6-man. Check curls.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. Fournette, a first down, still going. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Boy, they had it at the 1. The false start moves it to the 6 now for 1st and goal.
Hey, Mike 7.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Foles. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
All the receivers in the league are plenty good enough, otherwise they wouldn't make it in the NFL. But the ones that go to the Pro Bowl, they have refined route running ability.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and it's now a 7-0 game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Here's Brissett. And his throw is incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And it'll bring up 3rd down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Here's Foles. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And it's now 14-0. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Indy. 55 yards. Took him 5 tries, but he is able to complete that first pass of the game.
And could you hear the exhale all the way up here? Not just from him, coaching staff, offensive line, receivers. Now he's off the schneid. Can they get him going in a nice groove where he becomes a little more consistent throwing the football?
Because you missed those first 2. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
March 47. March 47. Check, check. Fresno. Check.
Throwing. Brissett. To the right side to Eric Ebron. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50. I got him. Mike's 50. We ain't giving up nothing to do.
Out of the gun, Brissett. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Mike Daniels makes the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Come on. Hey, silver. 59 mark. Check, 59. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Hey, Haywood. Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. The 40. 30. 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. Leonard Fournette hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Brissett. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get some penetration here. No.
They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Brissett sets to throw it. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 39.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Brissett now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a 1st down. To throw is Brissett. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith. 2nd quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession, as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Brissett. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 26.
That's good for the Colts. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26.
Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Ready. Mike's 50. Hey.
Brissett. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long.
Mike 50.
Brissett now. And he's got his man Hilton. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
The Colts with a first red zone opportunity of the ball game. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. To To throw, Brissett. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Calais Campbell, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
At the Jaguars' 14-yard line.
It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14.
Here I come again. Here I come again.
Here's Brissett. And the pressure gets to him again. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. Going for it all. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that will close the gap down to 14. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Let's go, defense.
Yeah, let's go.
59. Mike's 59. Here we are.
Hey, dude.
Part 9.
Get that quarterback.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
You don't know no better.
Now Foles. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
A run by Mack to start the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, Hal.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Brissett. And this is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go. 50, 50. Watch the run. Hey, Mike 50, Mike 50.
Back to throw here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. That's fielded in the end zone. Shrugs him off. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground with Mack. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
I'm coming on.
2nd and 10. And the catch made by Hilton. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. He's got it to Hilton. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Calais Campbell make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. After the sack on 1st down, Brissett. It's caught by Funchess. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
53, check 53.
They'll run on first down. Vance. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. He'll look to throw. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now this time he'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Final 24 seconds of the first half as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll run the screen with Mack, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Brissett now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Don't get nervous.
47's the mic. 47's the mic. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
From the gun, here's Brissett. Completes it to Benjamin. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
March 47. March 47. Hey, come on, now, signal.
A first down throw for Brissett. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Brissett, escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
I hope you brought your lunch because I'm about to take you to school. Back, back, back.
Heat him, Cole. Heat him, Cole.
Check 37.
They'll try the left side. Vance. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Watch the curl. Watch the curls.
Now on 2nd and 13. Foles. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
We got to step it up.
What we got? What we got? Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. What are you? Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success.
Mike is 59. Mike the 59. All you get is a headache.
Go with 5-3. Go with 5-3. Go, go.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Pick it up.
Foles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's Foles. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Hey, goal. Sound goal. Sound goal.
59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check, check. 59. Let's go, defense.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He sets to fire deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
Let's go. Do it.
1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Hey, check, check. Mike 50, Mike 50. I'm coming.
Brissett sets to throw it. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. A third down gain of 19.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Switch gears.
Brissett on first down. Looking for Campbell downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's out to his running back, Fournette. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Foles now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Five.
They'll look to throw here. That's going to be caught. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got a 1st and goal.
Almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now 1st and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, here's Brissett. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. He's got Jack Doyle. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That's good for an Indianapolis first down on a gain of 10.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Brissett now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been and a big loss here as he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Here's Brissett. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Calais Campbell has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
This is taken at the 23. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I both enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it #1 for what we've seen this season.
Check, 59. All day.
On second down now, Vance, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
59, Mike the 59. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Give me that ball. Check 24, check 24.
Now Foles. Here as he's taken down. Jabal Sheard has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
They'll keep it on the ground. Vance. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Now, that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, silent one.
Check 59.
Bravo.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. Switch.
Out of the pistol, it's Fournette. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Let's make these babies crawl all the way back home. Silent.
Mike's 59.
They'll run it again with Fournette. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Vance. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
And they take a knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, here we go. I got you.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
Watch the run.
Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Today's
So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Jags, the win means they'll finish in double digits at 10-6. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, this might wind up being a tough pill to swallow as they're going to finish the season at 9-7. And as division champs, they will host a playoff game next week in the wild card round. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.